For Elizabeth Molina, nothing meant more than the thought of becoming a mother. So when she and Mario married in 2002, she was excited to give birth to children of their own.
Experience children, I wanted to be able to pour love into them, into their lives, just like my family had done for me.
But the couple's attempts at pregnancy were unsuccessful, and the cause of infertility was never determined.
We just couldn't figure it out. We were both, we had pretty much a perfect life. I hate to say it, we both had really good jobs, and we had our house, and we had traveled a lot, and then we wanted this. We see all these people who may not even want children, and we just couldn't have them, and it was just heartbreaking for us.
Fertility drugs yielded no results, and in vitro fertilization just seemed too expensive and risky. Elizabeth continued to pray through her own feelings of discouragement.
I would get up early in the morning and do my devotions, and I remember clearly sitting, doing my study, praying, and asking God, why? Why is it that it's not happening? And I remember him clearly answering me, saying, it's not that I don't have children for you, it's that I need you to let go of that desire. I need you to really relinquish that desire to me so that I can show you what I have. I just felt like I needed to be content knowing that he had control of the situation. And I realized that I had to let go of that yearning to birth my own children so that he could give me that gift of motherhood.
Soon, the couple began to look into international adoption. After a few months' time, they were matched with 4.5-year-old Jordan. The Molinas traveled to Haiti to meet him for the first time.
And I saw Jordan, and I was like, you know what, that's my son. I don't know what it was about him, his smile, his eyes.
To finally see that child that you waited for, that child that you didn't think was going to happen, to finally get to see him, to touch him, to hold him, and to start pouring that love into him was incredible.
The Molinas met Jordan's biological parents and learned that he had an infant brother who was in need of a stable home. There was only one answer for the Molinas. They would adopt baby Grant too. For 2.5 years, the adoption process continued. Finally, 6-year-old Jordan and 3-year-old Grant could come home with their new family. But the Molinas say the moment was somewhat bittersweet.
In order for us to become a family was being broken apart. And so that was really hard. I wrote a letter to the birth mom. I wrote a letter to her and I told her that I know this is a very hard decision for her, and I knew that she loved her children very much, and that I would do my very best, not only to provide for them material-wise and education, but that I was going to love them as if they had been birthed to me, and that I was also going to share with them about their birth family, and I was going to plant in them a love for their country and a desire for their people.
Today, Grant and Jordan are doing well in school. When their homework is done, they love to play sports like basketball and soccer. They also enjoy attending church, and with their mother's help, they've organized charity and mission trips to their homeland, Haiti.
I always had a heart for helping out people, and like when I see somebody on the street, I always pray for them when we're driving for our road trip or anything, and like it's just really cool to see other people that don't have nothing have something. I like how Papa works very hard to just give us like the things we need to survive, and Mom how she's makes the food on the table, and I like how they're like always there for me.
And the Molina family continues to grow. In 2015, they adopted 2 daughters, Laura and Hope. Elizabeth says she has seen her story come full circle. Once yearning for children, she let go of her own plans and let God shape her heart and her image of family.
Family is, it starts in your heart, and it grows, and it becomes this overwhelming sense of love that you have for other people and for their well-being.
The Molinas say their unique story is a picture of God's love.
When we go to places and when we walk together as a family, obviously we get a lot of stares because we all look very different. And people are curious, they want to know. But I tell them, I say, it's not a bad thing. It gives us an opportunity to share about God and His power and how He was able to bring us together.
Elizabeth is passionate about ending poverty in Haiti and providing resources for people in the country to help families thrive. She is also an author who shares her adoption story in her book called Pieces of My Heart.
I wrote it for my children. I wanted them to know that God built our family and He designed it so perfectly. I know that God has a plan for all of us. And if we're willing to step through the door, He is going to faithfully lead us